guys, it's Brooke Eagle, and we are back with another episode of the Forsyth Magazines podcast. And today I have three very special guests, and I'm kind of a guest because it's about our business, Washington Park CrossFit. I have Gavin, Chris, and Madison, and we're going to talk all things Washington Park CrossFit. What's up, guys?
What's up? How are you?
Yeah, glad to have y'all on. Tim took a picture of all of us for the little promo pic. So that's fun.
Yeah, you don't get in the picture
no,
often.
I never get in the picture.
We should change that. We should actually put you in the thing.
I don't know. So I want to just talk about all things gym, but I wanted to first go around and have each of our coaches just talk a little bit about their fitness history and kind of what got them to where they're at today. So Madison, we'll start with you. Ladies first.
All right. I grew up being an athlete. I have played sports all of my life. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I moved to Winston-Salem for occupational therapy school and was looking to get back into a community. And so I originally found a CrossFit that was down the street from my apartment. It's actually where the Joymongers is at.
That would be such a cool gym. I wish I could have seen it.
CrossFit downtown Winston. Shout out to anybody who remembers that name. And then I moved to Charlotte for a little bit, CrossFit Dilworth. Hey, you guys. Came back to Winston for work. I got married, had a baby, and had a home gym because of the pandemic, and then just realized like I really needed to get back into being with a group of people and just challenging myself better with fitness. And so I found Washington Park CrossFit, and y'all so
we're
graciously
so glad she did.
allowed me to coach. So that's where I'm at.
Madison is our typically a 6 a.m. coach, so I don't get to see her too often because you won't catch me at the gym at 6 a.m. I coached, you weren't feeling well a few days ago, and I coached a 6 a.m. and everybody's like, is Madison okay? Is everything okay? Brooke,
Can we please have her back?
You're never here this early. They were very concerned.
I tell them, I'm like, I will coach at 6 a.m., but unless I absolutely have to, I will not be working out at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing CrossFit at 6 a.m.
It's
but
too early,
some people
but I'll
love
coach it.
Yeah. All right, Chris, what about you?
Yeah, my name's Chris Ingram. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I went to school at North Carolina A&T in Greensboro, and that is where I kind of found my passion for fitness and exercise. Background, I played sports coming up, and that was removed in college, gut check. Didn't get to play any collegiate sports, so really just leaned into exercise for myself. Around that time, CrossFit was on ESPN, so I was really inspired by just some of the things that those athletes were doing. And I found a gym in 2016 and didn't think an opportunity would come up to find a career in fitness. But after a few years of doing that, I started personal training and got the opportunity to coach in CrossFit. And now I found my passion for fitness and wellness.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Gavin's next.
All right, I'm Gavin Culler. I played baseball my entire life, went to school for baseball, and fitness was just kind of a part of playing a sport. We had morning lifts, all that good stuff, just kind of trained me to expect to be doing those things. So once I was out of school, it seemed to be the first thing that came fairly easy to me from a business standpoint. So I started working with kids early on. Did CrossFit kids and baseball classes and things like that. That eventually transitioned me into coaching more of adults and personal training, things like that. And then I got to partner up with Brooke early on, and we both found out that we both love fitness. And now here we are with our own gym. So it was great.
Yeah. Well, I'll go too. I have no athletic experience. I did not play sports like all of you. I was a big runner and ran a marathon. After the marathon, this was like 10, 11 years ago. As soon as I was done, I was like, nope, I'm done running. That's like not into it. And I just came across CrossFit and was pretty instantly hooked on it. I don't know, just the learning new skills. Learning new skills was just like something that you felt like you don't really get to do much as an adult. So that was just super fun. And seeing how heavy I could lift and the constant PRs, right when you start are just kind of intoxicating, I guess. So that was 5-6 years ago, I guess. I don't know. It's been a few years. And then Washington Park CrossFit celebrates 2 years in a few weeks. So, yeah. We've come a long way in 2 years, haven't we?
Come a long way in 5 years.
Yeah, a long way in 5 years. So I did want to talk about, we have some new exciting things at the gym. So we obviously offer CrossFit classes, but we just got a cold plunge. And in our sauna room, so we have a room that has a cold plunge and an infrared sauna. And I have to admit, I wasn't sure if I would like the cold plunge. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like cold water. It's not my thing. But I am into it. Like the whole, like, it really, I feel like it's building my mental toughness. Like it gets a little bit easier every time to get in there. I
don't know if I should admit this, but I have not done the plunge yet. I'm like,
Madison,
oh
you
man, I gotta
it.
find my time and do it. But
12 minutes.
No,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I say like even if you're not like a hardcore CrossFit athlete and you're putting a lot of wear and tear on your joints, even just from a mental standpoint, you can reap a lot of benefits of sitting in cold water for a couple of minutes every morning.
Boost your immune system.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to be sick. We were sick all last year, I think, from the stress of a new business. So this year, I'm determined to not be sick all the time. I'm like, give me the cold plunge.
There's a lot of cool analytics. I wear the Whoop for those of you out there who track your sleep and your resting heart rate and all of that. And after doing it for about a month, I saw like my resting heart rate at night drop tremendously, and your REM sleep, your deepest sleep, that extended a lot tremendously. So that was what kind of hooked me, is if I can find ways to make myself sleep better, then I would definitely buy into it. So yes, a lot of little cool things that you can reap from it.
I kind of love that we're a one-stop shop, so you can, do the CrossFit classes, and you can also have that recovery aspect of it too, all in the same spot. And we also have Gavin can talk about this, but we have a weightlifting program, Winston-Salem weightlifting. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's just, it is a more specialized class, if you will. It's solely focuses on Olympic weightlifting, which is the snatch and clean and jerk. It is something that most athletes strive to compete in, but we also have people that are not actively competing in weightlifting that are just doing it because it makes them feel good.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Because that strength transition or what you're gaining out of it is huge. And you do some of that stuff in CrossFit as well, but it's not solely focused on those movements. And so if you really like weightlifting, that's the place to be.
Yeah. So we do, if you're interested in CrossFit, we do like a 1 week free trial where you can come out and try a few classes with us. Weightlifting, we do more of a consultation style. Yeah. And I know CrossFit has notoriously a lot of misconceptions. So I wanted to hear from Chris and Madison on what you hear the most frequently, like when people find out you're a CrossFit coach. Like, what's the one thing that people are like, oh, well, CrossFitters, blah, blah, blah.
Well, even speaking to the weightlifting program, I think one of the unique things about Washington Park, and for those of you I'm a newer coach, and this is my first time being in a box where there's a separate weightlifting program and a CrossFit program, is when you get in a CrossFit, 9 times out of 10, you probably never Olympic lifted before, maybe you've never done gymnastics before. There's a lot of different nuances to CrossFit, but being able to have a separate program and have coaches and fitness professionals there to ask you, like, what's important to you? Or is snatching and clean and jerk important to you, or is CrossFit important to you? And being able to separate the two, I think has been like awesome to see and watch and coach. Just looking at the weightlifting team at Washington Park, it's a very big group, and we got a very big group of CrossFitters, and we can all coexist in the same space.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's very confusing when you're CrossFitting, like, what's important to me? Do I want my aerobic capacity to be high right now? Do I want to just be a better dad or mom right now, day to day, play with my kids, or do I want to come in here and compete and be an athlete? And those lines can get blurred so easily, but our coaching staff all comes from different backgrounds. Some of us, like, I'm an active athlete. I search for competitions. I want to compete. I want to go there, but there's also times where I'm just completely disconnected and want to just be a better person and feel good. So we all come from different backgrounds, but I think that's the very unique part about our box that sets us apart, is that we just all can speak to so many different nuances within CrossFit. And I think that is very helpful for someone who is just very confused. I think that's the thing for people who have never done CrossFit before. They think like, oh, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be just kind of all over the place, when we can give you a good direction to go in. You don't have to come in and feel very confused about what you're going to be doing. We sit down, we'll listen to you about what your goals are, and those goals may change, but at least you have some sort of guidance and direction, and you're not just aimlessly coming in every day and just doing something different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point, because I think people do have different goals, and the goals do change. Like, we've had several people who maybe they start with the weightlifting and transition back to CrossFit, or vice versa, which is great.
Just whatever their life calls for at that given time, right? Like, it's,
Yeah.
you know, things vary. You know, your competitive nature may change or whatever it may be, but you still need exercise, right? And we have both that are available. So it's
Yeah.
for
And I
either
think there's
or.
a misconception that I hear a lot, that like people will say, oh, I could never do that. Like, I can't do that. But like, CrossFit truly is for everyone. Like, I will argue that till my last breath. Like, if you're postpartum, if you're 15, if you're 65, it can literally be for anybody. We can modify anything. Madison's doing a postpartum class right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just truly believe that CrossFit is for everybody. And I think the misconceptions that I hear just in the age of social media, we all get highlight reels of everybody's life, including CrossFit, right? And so you see the highlight reels of these crazy movements or these powerful movements, and you think to yourself, there's absolutely no way I could possibly do that. And I just really try to encourage people, just try it. And it's scary, right? None of us want to do something new. We're comfortable.
Nobody likes to be bad at things.
Yes, we like our routines. We like to be good at stuff. And so to try something new is very vulnerable. And I think especially at Washington Park, I think we are very welcoming, and we do a good job of meeting people where they're at, like you talked about, Chris, and realizing, okay, what are your goals? Is it truly, for me, I'm a mom, I'm trying to get a good workout in. I want to be able to keep up with my daughter and toss her up in the air 15 times because she doesn't want it to stop.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I may actually be a competitive athlete and I want to be the best. Also in the therapy world, I think I get a lot of misconceptions of, oh, CrossFit athletes are injured all the time. My debate to that is, well, that's individual. I wouldn't say that's CrossFit specific. I think that's individual specific.
Yeah.
But again, it's like we can tailor that too. You know, you don't have to just grind and power through anything. It's let's tailor this group workout to meet what you need. And it's really cool. Kind of like Brooke said, I'm doing a postpartum series right now. I'm hoping to continue that and then do also a prenatal series so mothers can continue to work out in the capacity that they want. And it doesn't have to be super strenuous or anything like that. I mean, a lot of it is, hey, let's learn to reconnect with our breath. Like, how are we holding abdominal pressure while we're working out? And sometimes it's as simple as that. So it's been really awesome.
Yeah. And we're a very family friendly gym. We have like lots of couples that come and work out together, which is awesome. We have lots of kids in the gym.
Yeah, I feel like a dad of three.
Yeah, you'll see Gavin over there entertaining the babies during the 5:30 class a lot.
Yeah.
But they're like the gym babies. They're just used to it.
Oh, they're gonna be freak athletes. You guys just wait. Give it 10 years. These kids are gonna be incredible.
But that's also like the relatable part of walking into a gym, because if you could just get on Instagram or whatever and you scroll or type in CrossFit, you'll see, you know, the 1%, the games athletes, what they're doing. But if you walk into Washington Park, you'll see the kids playpens set up. You'll see the mothers working out. You'll just see a lot of relatable things that maybe if you're just scrolling through your phone, I didn't know I'd be coming into a clean gym with kids, with parents. We take pride on being clean.
Yeah.
But
Very clean
but
gym.
it's just about actually going in there and, you know, being in the atmosphere, and sometimes those misconceptions will be laid to rest.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing that I hear as far as misconceptions goes is, oh, well, I need to be in shape prior to coming to CrossFit. Like nothing irks me more than that, because it's what do you mean? Like
That's why you're coming to CrossFit, to get in shape.
right? Like what does that even mean?
I have to clean my house before my new house cleaner gets there.
Okay,
that?
I do clean for the house
Yeah,
cleaners.
exactly.
Sometimes you got to.
But that's what we're all there for,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
to get in shape. There's not a single person in that space that is of equal playing field, right?
Yeah, we have such a diverse skill range
Yes.
in our gym, like in any class even, which is very refreshing and comforting, really, from any skill level. You don't want to go in and be in a class full of elite athletes, and you don't want to go in and be, the best one in the room either. So you kind of have a nice range of skills in every class.
It's good. It's inclusive.
Yeah, it's very inclusive. And the big thing about CrossFit too, in my opinion, and I'm sure y'all will agree, is the community. I mean, we have an incredible community. We hang out outside of the gym all the time. Because, as adults, it can be harder to make friends. And so to be in a space where there's lots of like-minded people is nice. So.
Yeah, it's super cool, especially when you have people that are moving into Winston-Salem and they are, without saying actively looking for a friend group because their job has moved them there or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It is cool to be able to offer a community to people, and that's what's, for me, most important outside of their fitness.
Yeah.
Is their friendships that they make. So.
Yeah, and there's so many of them. There's so many people who I've just seen make friends with each other who never, would have never met each other if it weren't.
This is not the Planet Fitness style. You go in there, you have headphones in, everybody's just not communicating, right? Like everybody is talking to everyone at any given point, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
It is truly. I mean, with my experience with CrossFit, just from a member's perspective and a coach's perspective, is I just think there's just been a parallel with the type of training that we do and just the type of mindset most people have. I mean, you could have a member in there who's never played a sport in the world, and that's one thing that most people think is that if you do CrossFit, you probably played a sport. That is not the case. Some of the most successful people I've met in just the real world, whatever career they've led or whatever they're doing, never played a sport in the world, but they're connected to just bettering themselves, whether it's being a better father, a better mother.
Yeah.
That 1 hour out the day that you're coming in and connecting with your community, the people who are gonna quote unquote suffer through the workout with you, your coach who's gonna coach you through it. There's just a bond and connection there that I think just part of wanting to be a bit better at whatever it is you're doing that we find in that 1 hour, that whatever it is we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think our community sort of pushes each other to be better in all aspects of life. Like I feel super positively inspired by tons of our members that you can do hard things at the gym, and it kind of encourages you that, I can also do hard things outside of the gym. I can start my own business. I can, be a successful this or that, which is really cool.
Well, I think too, when you see your friends doing hard things or showing up for themselves, you think, I want to do that for myself. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better employee even, because I feel like a lot of people in our gym are, like y'all said, are just so inspiring that you want to take just that little piece with you in whatever role that you're doing.
Yeah. And I'm a big believer that you kind of are who you spend time with. And so there's no better people than our community to spend time with.
Absolutely.
In my unbiased
It
opinion.
is the best.
But even when you have a lot of people that travel within our community, even when you go out of town or somewhere and you drop into, another CrossFit affiliate, you just kind of get that same, it just feels like family whenever you drop in, and you know what type of workouts you're going to be doing, coaching is going to be similar, community is going to be similar. Obviously, we're all biased to our own gyms, but it's also nice when, whenever you travel outside of, your home base, you can drop into a gym and, feel somewhat at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I would say if you're listening to this and you're like thinking that you can't do CrossFit or that you're not in shape enough or that you're not ready, that there's never like some perfect time to start. Like, don't wait till January 1st or don't wait till, after this day's over or whatever. Just like try it. You can do hard things. I feel pretty safe saying that I can guarantee that you're going to have fun and enjoy the process. So yeah. Anything else y'all want to add about the gym, about life, about anything? What do we have coming up? When will this episode come out? In 2 or 3 weeks. We have our anniversary party we're gonna have a Friendsgiving. That's always fun. We're gonna have a little Christmas party. We just always have fun events going on. That's my passion project is planning events. I'm like, how many events can we cram into a 2-month period?
Yeah.
Gavin's pickleball tournament. What's up?
We
also
have states. We have weightlifting.
talk about the pickleball thing that we're doing.
We started. So I was seeing at the pickleball course there was this disconnect where people were either getting injured by solely just playing pickleball. You notice an older group for the most part, and when I'm asking them like, well, what are you doing to prevent this? It was nothing.
Playing more pickleball.
Yeah, they're just playing pickleball, right? Well, professional athletes don't just play their sport; they train so that they can continue to play their sport. So I had this idea. I'm like, well, let me just, instead of marketing this as just CrossFit, let me just put together a strength and conditioning program, 2 days a week that works on rotational movement, balance, stuff that is going to help this older demographic stay healthy while they're playing that sport that they have now fell in love with. So that is something that we're experimenting with, tinkering with right now for the next 3 weeks. And then we will officially launch it after that. But yeah, I think it's super cool. It gives them, it kind of takes away some of the fear factor of someone who's like 64 years old dropping into a CrossFit class. And it also it gives them the opportunity to build their community, right? Because it's going to be new people that they're working out with that they may or may not have ever played pickleball with. Now they've got somebody they can go hang out with and play. So
yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I was pretty excited about it. It's gonna be great. My grandmother's in that class, and it's super cool to see her moving around.
If you want to meet an older female version of Gavin, it is his grandmother.
She's
feisty.
Opinionated.
We love her. Yeah, the pickleball is going to be awesome. And then Chris is launching a kids program.
Yep.
In a couple weeks.
Yeah,
for middle schoolers.
That is going to start next Monday, October 14th. And ideally, it started with the kids over at the art-based school downtown, 6th through 8th grade. But we are accepting, 5th grade to 8th grade. If you are interested, definitely reach out to us over at Washington Park. But just going to get the ball rolling on that. And I think there is definitely a market for kids to develop a relationship with exercise and fitness early. The goal is to just get some exposure in a safe way, provide a good environment right after school for kids to be a part of that. So we'll see how things go this fall session, and then be on the lookout for probably a spring session after the winter is up.
Awesome. So we literally have something for all ages, from kids to the pickleballers who may be in their 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
And then we also do, the last thing I'll say, we do a Hot Girl Hour program twice a year. The next one's going to be in January. Madison helped me out with it last time, but it's an all-female program, and it's for designed for people who want to get comfortable with a barbell in a very non-intimidating, all-female environment. And we've done it 4 times. And it's been just very successful. It's just so fun for me to watch these women who have never touched a barbell, many of them, to knowing what a clean and jerk is and knowing how to do a clean and jerk. It's very impressive. It's a 6-week program, and we will announce those dates pretty soon. But give us a follow on social media, Washington Park CrossFit, and you can learn about all of our awesome events and stuff that we have going on.
Yeah, and sign up for the free trial.
Yeah, sign up for the free trial. You can do, let's see. So you sign up for the CrossFit free trial, and if you're like no, I'm not ready for CrossFit, Gavin is happy to do like an onboarding session with you.
We'll do onboarding stuff with you, but the free trial gives you 7 free classes over the course of 2 weeks. There's no other gym doing that.
Yeah.
Right, but that's how much faith we have in our coaching staff, in our community, right, is that if you come in for 7 classes and you're not sold, then we're not doing what we're supposed to.
Then we did something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then hopefully we can guide you to another place.
Yeah.
I feel like it
That's
is a
not a
big
good fit.
community. Yeah, so we can just say, hey,
as long as you're doing fitness, we're
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming on to chat, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
It was fun. And if you haven't seen it yet, Forsyth Family is featuring Washington Park CrossFit on the cover this month.
You get to see the 3 kids.
3 cute little kiddos with their 3 strong mamas, and it's a pretty cool cover in my unbiased opinion. But yeah, give us a
Completely
follow.
unbiased.
Completely unbiased. Give us a follow on Instagram at Washington Park CrossFit. And then, as always, you can find Forsyth Mags and all of our content online at forsythmags.com. And if you've ever enjoyed a podcast episode, we would love it if you would leave us a rating and a review. Just 5 stars only, though. Don't leave no 1-star review. And that's a wrap for today. Thanks, y'all. The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Ooh, that's a mouthful.